Hello, hello, and happy Thursday. We are here today with one amazing woman. This is Dr. Amanda Jordan with Family Chiropractic in Cranberry. She has so graciously come to talk to us about stress and migraines. I don't know if you've ever had a migraine, but I have, and they're horrible. But stress in our world today has been much higher than under normal circumstances. And with wedding planning and potentially thinking about changing and moving wedding dates, I know so many people have been under so much stress and still trying to work from home, not being able to see friends and family members. So Dr. Amanda is here, and we're so thrilled to have you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
And so, Dr. Amanda, tell us a little bit more about your passion and how you got into this whole stress and migraine, because you have a whole center for it, and a little bit about just, your passion, because it's so much is there.
Thank you. Yes, so we have been in Cranberry with Family Chiropractic, and what we're really renowned for is, and most people know the name, is the Pittsburgh Migraine Challenge. And that's the special center that you're talking about. We just built our new office in Cranberry last year. So how we got into this world and why this is pretty much what we live is about 20 years ago, I had a severe concussion. And not only did I have one, but I had nine on top of one another. This was back before they started pulling you out of the sports immediately. And I had nine in less than 18 months. And those nine concussions actually led me to suffer severely from migraines. I would randomly pass out on campus, which isn't the best for a 19-year-old female.
No.
I'd be randomly vomiting in class. I couldn't read anything. It looked like the words were just like Alice in Wonderland all over the place. And it was a very specific type of corrective care chiropractic that gave me my life back when the drugs, the injections, all the lotions, potions, pills, nothing worked. And so that is our biggest thrill, is helping the migraine sufferers. But you nailed it right at the bat. Really, my biggest passion is the migraine sufferers, and the way I combat that is dealing with how their bodies handle stress, which is why, sadly, right now, yes, I know there's a pandemic going on, but there's also a mental health, in my world, more migraine pandemic that is just starting to blow up as well.
Oh yeah, and the nice thing about our world in one way is that we're starting to actually acknowledge it, and we're starting to address it a little bit more.
Yes.
So it's still been swept under the carpet a little bit, but we're getting better at it because there's no shame in it at all.
No, everybody's starting to have that conversation and feel okay with it, I think. A little bit more.
Yes.
More and more.
Yes. So
yeah, as we all calm down too, we're starting to realize there's things we just were ignoring about ourselves. And they're really on the forefront. I know I've handled a lot of things at my house that I never handled before, and I can imagine that's coming true with health issues.
Very much so. Actually, so this morning we just talked about this. For the last 3 weeks, since 3/16, the 2 weeks, we really haven't seen much of a shift. Like, people started calming. I wasn't having symptoms. And this week, every single day, there's been more and more and more flares that either they're coming to us or they're going to the emergency room. So we're happy that we can still serve them. So they're not put in that hospital situation, but it's really starting to hit the public on a mental side for sure.
Yeah, being cooped up at home for we're on 18 days now or something.
Yeah.
The first couple were really rough, and then it got better, and then it got rough again when we found out it was till the end of April. And so It's just a matter of just trying to digest it and get it through your body and out your body, I would imagine. You know that better than I do.
I couldn't agree with you more.
Yeah. So we were talking earlier, but you had some amazing tips on how to, especially for our brides, they're trying to do wedding planning. They're talking about maybe potentially postponing weddings and moving them. That is extremely stressful. Working from home, not seeing your friends and family. Give us some tips that you have on how to just digest that and maybe logically handle it out.
Sure. So, as we were chatting, I could talk for the next 4 hours or 4 days on this. So I'm going to try to do it in a few different ways, which is why you'll see me looking. I have notes. So the first thing I want to talk about is just how do we know there's stress in the world. We know there's stress out there. You can feel it in the end, like you can just feel it outside. So I want 2 techniques that you can do very easily at home. One is in the immediate moment. So let's say something really upsets you and it's just the straw that broke the camel's back. Even if it's just that the kid spilt milk, which is not a big deal, clean it up.
Right.
Is if you, and this is something that we learned through our meditation teachers, is if you curl your tongue and not like you're trying to get, hi, you're back. Not trying to like you're trying to curl your tongue and stick it out like this.
Okay.
But you want your tongue curled like that. And it would be that you're going to pull the air in and then you're going to breathe it out. A 2 count or a 3 count in and then out. But you have to keep your tongue curled. And when you breathe that air in, you're going to feel that it's very cool. And that's what I want you to focus on. Focus on the coolness of when you pull it in. And you'll feel when you pull in, it should literally feel cool on your taste buds. And if you'll do that for 5 to 10 reps or cycles, that immediately does a cooling, which is why it's so easy to remember, a cooling to the nervous system in that moment. So that is for a stressful, yes, because if you're doing it right, you shouldn't see your chest. It's not chest breathing. It should come out of your belly. It should come out of, you should be feeling it down here.
Yeah.
Of it pulling and pushing. And if you do, that's going to slow the nervous system down. And if we can slow it down, we're going to be able to respond rather than react. And unfortunately, a reaction is usually stronger, harsher, meaner, angrier than you probably want it to be. Yeah. So this will help calm that. So for something consistent, that's just like in the moment, that's my count to 10. That's actually a nice way to calm down the neurology. Another thing that you can be doing, especially before bed, because I know women, I'm guilty very badly, is at night, I go lay my head down. My husband can be asleep in about 30 seconds. And then I'm sitting there like, how are you sleeping? How are you sleeping already? And I'm just spinning with all the things I have to do and figure out, and what about this and what about this? And I'm just doing that with a business and 2 kids. I cannot imagine a wedding because you have caterers, you have floral, you have dresses, you have pictures. I don't even remember everything you guys have. Night, a great way to calm the nervous system down at a much deeper level is called box breathing. And it's the same type of breathing that Navy SEALs do when they're in a very stressful situation. So I'm going to draw in front of me here. You want to see, how do I do this? Right there. Okay. So you want to take a deep breath in and you're going to breathe in through your nose. And you want to think of that coming in for 4 seconds. Hold for 4 seconds. Blow it out for 4 seconds. Hold for 4 seconds. So it should be in for 4, hold for 4, out for 4, hold for 4. And you just want to think of it as a box. And there's apps, you can get them really quickly. If it's box breathing, you can look them up, and they'll even make a noise where they'll ding at 4 seconds, and then you'll hear a humming for 4 seconds, which means hold, and then a down note, and then a ding again. And so you can walk through it, but it's nothing more than in, hold, out, hold. And what you're doing is you're slowing down your brain and your nervous system at a bigger level, not the quick way with the tongue. But what you're doing is saying, I'm going to force you to hold on to this. I'm not going to allow type breathing.
I feel better.
What we do when we get excited, I'm sure when you get calls, you can hear their breathing. It's fast, 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 fast. Yeah. You can't be relaxed if you're breathing like that. But if you can control it, It will literally give you better sleep. There's people that are world renowned. This breathing is world renowned for giving people very, very deep sleep and allowing them to settle down. And the best part is you're focusing on counting. So you're not thinking about the photographer or the location or who hasn't called you back, and the money that you're trying to figure out. Did we lose it? Will they give us a credit? None of that is allowed to think right now. And so those are two at-home ways that I think if people will put those into a daily practice, oh, it could totally change your life. Totally change your life, just because you're going to get better sleep. And if you're more rested, that when you sleep, you rest the mind. And so now in the morning, you can wake up clearer and ready to go on what's important, what's not, what do I need to deal with, and what can I maybe put off and not worry so much about.
I love it. That's weddings, life, work, anything, children, in-laws, family, the whole thing. It's huge.
Yeah.
I already feel better.
Good.
I'm one that doesn't sleep well, so I cannot wait to try this tonight.
Yes, good. Let me know how it goes.
Schedule has been out of control, really bad. So yeah, that's fantastic. Okay, those are some wonderful tips just to get through the moment as stress comes up. So do we maybe have some ideas on how to more of maintaining a healthier lifestyle for the day?
Yes. So in our office, we're known because you're not going to come in and quickly see us. Yes, we're chiropractors. That's not what we do. Our culture and our lifestyle in our office is a chiropractic lifestyle. So people that are here, it's a culture for sure. So everybody that comes in, similar thought process. And what we focus on in life is 4 things. I always forget where this camera is. 4 things.
I know, it's backwards.
I know. The first is function. So now that's where I stand point. That's neurology. If your neurology is this all day long, there's no way you mental, emotional, physical, you're never going to have a calm life. It's impossible. So how I help my patients is through chiropractic adjustments. But those breathing techniques that I just showed you, they're going to take that noise and calm it down into a consistent rhythm. That alone is going to help you. So function, but that's something that, again, outside of the breathing, I can help you with in the office. Food, fitness, and fun are the other core values that we believe you have to have all 4 to be healthy. And especially in this month of April, what we're looking at is function food. People are making jokes about it all the time. I'm going to have the COVID-19 pounds at the end of April. I don't tag them, like them, laugh at them, or anything, because that's you setting up an excuse for what's going on. So I view it, everything's based on perceptions. I view this next month as, what are you doing? Because there's not sports at night. There's no concerts. There's no band things. There's nothing you have to do extra. So you work, which I know I want to talk about that. But what else are you bringing into your life so that this month is less stress? So on the food side, you need to get rid of the sugar. It's number 1. For those of you who are going crazy at Giant Eagle because the liquor stores are shut down, you need to stop. I know the wine night. I like my glass of wine too. But don't allow this atmosphere, this stress, to lead you into alcohol, because guess what? It's the number 1 depressor of the immune system. Yeah. So if you're doing alcohol and you're doing sugar, all you're doing every day is shutting your immune system down. Well, don't complain then, and don't blame the grocery store. Don't blame your neighbor. Don't blame somebody when you get sick, because viruses are opportunistic. Don't give it the opportunity to develop. Make your body an armored body that's got a strong immune system. And this doesn't just go for this month. This is life. This is what I preach. So food, you really got to watch the alcohol and the sugar heavily. If you already do that and you're saying, I've been there, done that, then the next things are watch your wheat and dairy, because most people have sensitivities to those now and they don't even realize it. So let's make better food choices. Let's grill out more. Let's have more veggies. Let's start pushing into the summer foods where we have fresh salads, stuff like that. Yeah. Function, food, fitness. Got to move your body. I know we were talking beforehand that your husband is working like 12, 16-hour days. I'm sure he could work for 18 if he just didn't get up to pee or something like that. Which I've already been told. People are like, yeah, I don't think I peed all day. I'm like, that's not okay. Like, we got to fix that. So move your body. And that does not, I'm going to get in trouble here. And I don't know what people are going to think. Walking is nice. That's not exercise. Everyone's like, well, I went on 4 walks. Well, that's great. If you had a conversation the entire time with your spouse and your heart rate never increased, it wasn't straining to the body. And if it doesn't strain the body just a little bit, then you're not going to get a bump in your immune system from exercise. Whereas exercise actually is very good for your immune system. So my thought with that is, I'm not knocking the walks. Don't get me wrong. We've done more. It's been very peaceful. It's almost a relaxation for us. But when I say movement, I want you doing some burpees. Find an online workout place. Everybody's is free right now. So find somebody that you like and try it. But move your body, because as we were speaking, people are sitting even longer now because they don't even have to get up to get into the car, to get into work, to leave the work, to come home. There's barely any walking. So function, food, fitness, and then fun. Fun, oh my gosh, for your brides. I just can't imagine what they're going through, but they've got to find a way to laugh. They have to find a way to find some joy. They have to find something that isn't just burying them deeper and deeper and deeper every day. They're going to be depressed. And unfortunately, May isn't going to go, magic, you're all better. It's not going to happen because you just buried yourself for the month. So really, function, food, fitness, and fun are where I'm pushing people. And on our Facebook page, I'm sure you guys have it, there's plenty of people. Just start posting, like, who can give me ideas of healthy meals? Like, everybody's out there. We'll all help each other.
Right.
But we really got to I think we need to put more emphasis back on health. And that's my view on this, is very much so teaching us health is your number one asset. It's your responsibility to keep yourself healthy. What are you doing so that when you hit May, June, and July, you're not trying to drag yourself out of the depression? Instead, you're already thriving and ready to go have and enjoy life with your family.
Right. Yeah. So many of our brides, I know, they come in, they're, always they're starting to work out. They're trying to lose weight. They want to look fantastic in their wedding dress. And, honestly, we always tell them they're perfect and beautiful the way they are. But if they want to do that, that's great. But do it to make yourself healthy. Don't do it to be skinny for that one moment in time. Do it to be healthy. And a lot of our brides have been so good. They're really working on watching what they're eating. They're trying to exercise a lot. They're doing lots of good things. And I would imagine that being stuck inside has changed that a lot, because the gyms have closed down, the classes, which I have to do a class, or I'm like, maybe tomorrow. Yeah. I need a class. Yep. So those kind of things. And so, and not having, some of the positive people maybe around them. And I know Facebook goes through waves too, and Instagram, where there's so many negative Nellies. And I just had one guy who said, I just had 50 people like me almost every day. And he goes, and I've gone through and looked, and if they're negative, I'm getting rid of them. I'm out. Because I cannot live under those circumstances. I need positive people and, happy influences in my life, because it makes such a monster difference. And it does. And so I would just, encourage our brides, continue to block out that time, even though you have to do it by yourself, but continue your exercise, continue your healthy eating. I know a lot of them were doing some of these keto diets and stuff, but whatever works for you. And block out some of those negative people. Post sticky notes of affirmations around the house that are positive, whatever it may take to keep your frame of mind healthy now, just like you said. And even now, Amanda, are you seeing people right now? You're open.
So we are, yes. Now we're open. So if somebody needs something, we're seeing a lot of the emergency. We're seeing I already take care of a bunch of seizure patients, migraines, obviously. So we are allowed to still be open. We have drastically changed our hours and a lot of our procedures just for the safety and health of our team, as well as our patients. However, we've been able to manage that really well at the new center. And what we're really focusing on is how do we keep our people as healthy as possible so that they're not using the hospitals, they're not going in and, I mean, it sounds horrible now, but taking beds away from people who really need to be there. And so, yes, we are 100% open. We're able to help out. We have very unique different hours now. And for certain people, we have to see them, you know, if they're more high risk, away from absolutely everybody. So we see them when our cleaning crew just came in. But it's nice that we're still able to serve them because this stress is we're seeing the spiral starting to happen.
Right. So there, you're an outlet that's safer actually and better than the hospitals right now, because they need to be doing what they're doing right now. And
right. And there's less exposure. Like,
yeah.
I hate to say it, we all know hospitals, they're not like, oh, great, healthiest place to be. So if you don't have to be there, no, let's avoid that at 100% all costs.
Yeah, I mean, most doctors' offices are doing, you know, online calls now and stuff like that, because it's just
they
how,
know it. They
how
know
it is
that.
right now and how it's got to be. But the fact that you could be a great resource or an outlet if someone actually does need to talk or needs some help can go in that direction. So that's fantastic. So
yeah,
we want to make sure that all of our brides stay mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually healthy. Because if we do all of those things, we're good in whatever shape or form that it means to them. But, you know, keeping our body and our minds and our emotions all intact really makes for a much, much better day.
100%.
100%.
Yes. That's all I preach.
Workers and employees. I just read an article that someone spit on a grocery store manager in Edgewood. And I was like, could you imagine the rage that is going through everybody and the emotions? Like, people, we cannot do this.
And that's something that I feel like a lot of people are saying, like, this time is showing a lot of people's true colors. Are you reaching out and are you trying to help your community with however you can? You guys, I love that you guys had me on. I will do any topic if it's an eat this, not that. Like, how can we help each other? I can't stand social media and technology. However, I love that we have ways to use it to help each other.
To communicate.
I hadn't heard that. That is so disappointing in humanity and then it's scary. Like, what is that person so stressed out about that she thought or he thought that was appropriate?
I know. What could have been that bad today? So,
right.
And you don't know what's going on in other people's worlds, but that's not acceptable.
Exactly.
So, well, one last thing before we leave here today, because we could be here all day long. I know, it's so great.
I know.
We had talked briefly about, because Michelle's husband has been working tons of hours, extra hours at home, not getting those breaks. So, and a lot of people are doing that, whether they're sitting like I'm sitting here at the dining room table, Michelle's in the kitchen, you're on a bench at work. A lot of people are just, you know, they're sitting in not their normal office space in a good chair. Give us some tips on how to work throughout the day, because a lot of our brides are working still from home, on how to handle the work from home aspect.
Right. So, and that's what we've been seeing, a lot of low back pain, neck pain, and even headaches and migraines flaring. And they're like, why? Well, because for the first time in, I don't know, 10 years, you're sitting in a different chair, a different environment. So what I'll do is twofold. I want to hit a few of the big points. And then if it's okay, what I'll do is after we post this, I'll put a link to the one video. You don't have to like go find it on our page, but I'll post the link directly to the one video that we shared. I think it's on YouTube or something. And it said like all the tips, and it shows me at a chair actually showing this.
That's perfect.
So my number one thing is, because a lot of people right now at home are working on laptops, because a lot of the parents, especially my professional moms and dads that are now stay-at-home / still professionals, they're giving the kids the PCs and then they're using the laptops. So the number one thing you need to do is get the middle. This is one of my post-it notes. So get the middle of your monitor 1 inch above the middle of your eye line. So technically it should be here. The middle of your screen, your monitor, should be at this level. So, I mean, it's crazy. If you look at how high that actually is, it seems weird. The reason it needs to be there is if we close our eyes and we shake our head and we open, we naturally open up at a 10-degree gaze upward. We don't actually open straight forward. So if your computer is there, you will naturally, it'll be hard for you to do this because naturally, let's see if I can do this. Naturally, you're not going to go and look at your computer. Can you see me? Yeah.
Yep.
So you're not going to do this because it's just miserable. But if I put the computer in the middle of the screen up here, I will naturally sit here because it's so high. I'm naturally going to, I don't think you can see it, but naturally, like my back is straighter, my core is engaged. I'm not lazy man with no belly active, no low back active, and my neck's just literally sitting on my shoulders.
Yeah.
Well, no wonder people are having headaches and muscle issues and things like that. So first, absolute primary, because every other tip I'm going to give you, some people go, well, I can't move my desk. It's not, I can't change the height. I can't move my chair. It's a kitchen chair. I don't have a chair that goes up and down. So number one's the monitor, hands down. And then the tip is if you use a laptop, ask anybody if they have extra ones. I always have a ton of them. Keyboards and mouse, you're just going to have to plug them in and then put the keyboard down in front of you. Don't put the laptop up here and then you're trying to do this. Like she said, this was great.
Yeah.
People do it. So get an extra mouse, get an extra keyboard and put it down below you. Now that leads me to my next tip. The keyboard, I'm up here just so I can show you. The keyboard should be where your arms are resting, relaxed. I shouldn't have to come up and reach for the keyboard, and I shouldn't have them dropped but leaning forward to get to the keyboard. So again, it should be very relaxed, right ergonomically, right at your elbow level. Same with the mouse. I've seen women in offices, they'll set their mouse so far away that they're literally like reaching across to get it, and they don't know why this is so tight. It should be in the same level as your keyboard. So you have your monitor, you have your keyboard and your mouse, keep them close so that you're not reaching. And then 3 and 4, desk and chair. If you can find a desk or a table, your kitchen table, whatever, you want that table to be, if you relax your arm like that, that's my normal just dead arm. I should be able to then just bring my elbow up to a 90-degree, and right there the table should be it. It shouldn't bring my arms up for me to actually be on my table because that's going to create tightness in your upper back. And then lastly, you want to make sure that your seat is exactly a nice 90-degree angle on your legs from the floor. Now that becomes a big problem for my short people because they'll say, well, the table's too high, so I raised my chair. I'm sitting on cushions. I'm really high, but my feet don't touch the floor. So for vertically challenged people, you guys are old enough that you know what I'm talking about. Old milk crates, flip them upside down if you have any in your house, and just technically what we're saying is bring the floor up. Yeah. You can't let your legs dangle. That's going to really flare up sciatica. So keep your feet on a milk crate. I have people doing books. I have people doing boxes with rocks in them, cement blocks people have used. Do something to bring the floor up so that your feet are all at 90 and they're not dangling because you're trying to hit one of the other ergonomical things.
Yeah, perfect.
And I promise that can intensely take away so much of the strain that people are putting themselves through.
Yeah. And I'll just add one last thing that I know from my children who used to go to school and dealt with the boards and all this and a little bit of their laptops. And then they'd come home and do some homework and have laptops. My one kid is on his laptop all day long doing homework. And then that was always his release to watch his laptop, watch videos of sports and stuff. And I was like, you can't do both homework and in the release. You have to take a break from your eyes, walk away, go for that walk, go for that, do a couple burpees and some jumping jacks, but walk away for your eyes. I think it's
big trigger for headaches and migraines, even if they're not a normal migraine sufferer, is that computer eye strain of just looking and looking and looking and looking. Yeah. So
take frequent breaks.
Couldn't agree more. Take the break.
Get lots of water so you pee.
I tell people they have to drink their body weight in water or half their body weight, but the reality is it forces them to pee. So that's the benefit.
I know. So, well, this was absolutely amazing. Do you have anything else quickly that you wanted to share with anyone last minute that we didn't get through? Look at your sticky notes real quick that we had.
I know. I'm like,
we had talked about a lot. We've gone through a lot of good breathing, a couple breathing exercises to calm people down and their nervous system down. Great ways to work from home and to help relieve some muscle aches and stress and strain. And I think
I know one more thing.
And talking about diets and sugar and fitness and all those, just an all around encompass of our body and keeping us healthy. So what was the last thing you said you had?
So the only thing I would say is it's a thing, but it's really all encompassing of everything you just kind of recapped is stress and or the feeling of being scared or fearful, which is palpable, is usually because it's of unknowing. And if you don't know about something, it's easy to be scared about it. So I would say also, just with this time, with wedding planning, any events, is if you don't know something, try to breathe through it, call someone, reach out to someone, ask someone, hey, what do you know about this? Rather than relying on your Facebook feed, because everybody's an expert right now in absolutely everything. I have people telling me about neurology, which is hysterical, but they know more than a doctor who studied neurology. So really stress, that's my note, stress equals fear. A lot of the fear drives the stress and can get us flared up. So if you're getting fearful, reach out to a professional, reach out to you guys, reach out and say, who do you know that could help me with this? And if you understand it, I guarantee you that stress will calm down, because your body is then going to go, okay, I don't know how to do that, but I at least understand it. And that takes the brain out of the equation and you can breathe a lot better.
Absolutely. So you're going to put the video in the comments below on this video, and I'll tag your website and your information. So if anybody needs to talk to Dr. Amanda, you can give her a call. If you need to go in to see her, if you need help, reach out to her. She is available. She's amazing. Her business does so much for our community and our people. I have known Dr. Amanda for several years now, and she's so wonderful. So if anybody needs help, please reach out to her, reach out to Michelle and I. We are here for you too. We've been trying to just stress that with our brides. We're just trying to bring value to your day, value to your wedding. And no matter what it is, whether it's about your wedding dress or it's just, I need someone nice to talk to, call us. We are here for you. And so we greatly appreciate your time. I have learned so much in this half hour. Awesome. It's been wonderful. And so we greatly appreciate it. We didn't get any comments or questions today. So if anybody is watching this and does have comments or questions, put them in below if you want to, and we will get back to you. You are more than welcome to DM any of the three of us if it's a private matter, or you can give any of us a phone call, and but reach out to us. We are here for you in any way, shape, or form. And if we do get some questions and we do see that there's a lot of interest in a certain area, we'll try to post some comments below. So follow this video, follow this link for a while. Let us know how we can help you, or if we need to do another video on something that's really important to you. We're happy to come back to you live and be here together again, because we love this social interaction like this.
We need this.
We do. We all need this. So thank you so much, Dr. Amanda. We love you to death. And if anybody needs anything, the three of us are here for you. Okay?
Awesome. Yes. Thanks, guys.
Everyone, have a fantastic Thursday.
See ya.